तो आज का पहला भाग जो होगा सत्र का, उसमें फुल मून मेडिटेशन होगा, और दूसरे भाग के अंदर गुरुजी आपके स्वर योग के ऊपर व्याख्या और प्रस्तुत करेंगे। और आज का जो साधना सत्र होने वाला है फुल मून मेडिटेशन का, उसमें मीनल निगम जी हमें वो मेडिटेशन कराएंगी। तो सभी से आग्रह है कि कंफर्टेबल पोजीशन में आप लोग घर में जहाँ पर भी हैं वहाँ पर बैठ जाइए। आज बड़ा आनंद आने वाला है सत्र में। और जितने भी लोग अपना कैमरा ऑन कर सकते हैं, तो उतने ही सब प्रोत्साहित भी होंगे। सभी ऐसा महसूस करेंगे कि एक दूसरे के साथ बैठ के हम लोग साधना कर रहे हैं। तो आपसे आग्रह है कि जिनके लिए भी कैमरा ऑन करके इतना संभव हो, वो अपना कैमरा ऑन कर लें। धन्यवाद।
प्रणाम गुरुदेव।
प्रणाम प्रणाम।
प्रणाम प्रतीक जी, थैंक यू।
प्रणाम प्रणाम जी।
सभी को प्रणाम, सभी को वेलकम। आज इतने समय बाद हम फुल मून मेडिटेशन करेंगे। सो गुरुदेव, आपका आपका आशीर्वाद हो, आपकी परमिशन हो तो शुरू करें। चलिए,
प्लीज
ठीक। थैंक यू गुरुदेव। सभी से मेरी एक रिक्वेस्ट है छोटी सी, कि आप लोग ना अपने आप को प्लीज म्यूट कर लीजिए, और अपने फोन्स को भी आप साइलेंट पे कर लीजिए। कुछ 15-20 मिनट तक हम अंतर ध्यान होने की कोशिश करेंगे। देखिए, आज कितना अच्छा दिन है, कितना पावरफुल दिन है। आज थर्सडे है, गुरुवार है। आज हमारे गुरुदेव का आशीर्वाद है, उनका सानिध्य है। तो आज बहुत मुझे ऐसा लग रहा है कि आज कुछ खास शक्तियां हमारा इंतजार कर रही हैं। बस सिर्फ देर है हमारे अंतर ध्यान होने की, अम, अपने अंदर जाने की, अपने अंदर के यूनिवर्स को एक्सपीरियंस करने की।
Minal, uh, just I want to just request you that Gianna is also there with us, so you can also just translate in both languages. Can you just speak in Hindi and English, both of
आज
language?
गुरुदेव, मैंने सोचा था कि क्योंकि मैं इंग्लिश में ज्यादा बोल देती हूँ, तो मैंने एफर्ट लिया थोड़ा, बट आई डिडंट नो दैट शी इज देयर। सर्टेनली आई विल बी इट बी इजियर फॉर मी आल्सो। थैंक यू।
Okay, okay.
वेलकम जियाना। ठीक है, प्लीज क्लोज योर आईज नाउ। Today is such a special day that it's a Thursday. It's the day of Guru, and today is Bodh Purnima, as Pratik ji explained. And today we have our Gurudev blessing us, and a short meditation on the occasion of Guru Purnima, on the occasion of full moon Purnima. And of course, every Purnima becomes Guru Purnima when Guruji is there with us, giving us his precious blessings and guidance. So last session was about Swar Yoga and the correct utilization of Swar Yoga, the science of breath, the science of manipulating the breath in order to benefit um, not just ourselves, but also our families, the society, and the entire world at large. And we are getting to know, I myself am getting to know a new perspective on this topic of Swar Yoga, and I'm grateful to Gurudev for that. He has made it so easy and so doable for all of us. And not that Swar Yoga is something that we can understand in a couple of sessions. We need a lot of practice, we need a lot of guidance, and we need to be motivated all the time in order to understand this and apply this science on our day-to-day life. So I would request Gurudev to please continue these sessions for a few more weeks, so that we are thorough in this knowledge and we can move ahead with confidence with the knowledge of Swar Yoga, the science of breath. So today we are focusing on the energies of full moon. I would request all of you to close your eyes, sitting in a comfortable meditation asana, any asana that gives your spine support to stay erect for at least half an hour without having the need to change the position. Keep your hands in any mudra of your choice, Chin, Gyan Mudra, Apan, or Prana Mudra, and focus on your breath to begin with. Every incoming and outgoing breath at the nostrils, and few more details about the breath. The ongoing topic of Swaryog is all about observing your breath. It's all about knowing how you breathe and how the body communicates with all the different organs and systems through the medium of breath. So observe your breath. And there are many ways to know which swara is active at present for all of us. Gurudev showed us the ways, many ways, but today the easiest way that he told us is just simply observe where you feel the impact of your inhalation, impact of your inhaled breath, and which nostril you feel the impact of the exhaled breath. That means which nostril is exhaling more at present. So the nostril that is active will inhale with more impact and will exhale with more impact also. Rather, exhale for longer time. Internalize yourself, your senses. Become aware of the breath in both the nostrils. And the easiest way to connect to the inner and higher self is through the breath. And soon you will realize that your normal breath has transformed into Ujjayi breath. Ujjayi is a very organic slight constriction in your throat, in the glottis, which enables your lungs to inhale more and exhale more. And the beautiful sound that comes with Ujjayi helps us to internalize our senses and go inward, observing the personal universe, your personal space. With the onset of Ujjayi, there are a couple of things that may happen. For the regular sadhakas, for the Nad Vidya sadhakas, the ones who are initiated, they may feel that the eyes are rolling up very organically, naturally, in Shambhavi Mudra. And a very mild impact in the eye nerves. It's not an action which is strenuous for the optic nerves. It is something which is very soothing for the nerves. You may feel that your stomach is moving as you breathe in and out because of Ujjayi. And there's a small lift in your chest that you will observe as your spine wants to be alert and agile. A small lift in the chest. And with this, a very mild, subtle, gentle contraction in the sphincters and in the Muladhara region, which is the perineum for males and cervix for females. Cervix is the mouth of uterus. And this Mulabandh is happening naturally. Also observe that there is a very slight, gentle contraction or suction in your navel center, Manipur chakra. And now feel the warmth in your spine. The energies during full moon are everywhere. They're outside your body, they're inside your body, they're in the physical body, in the emotions, in the mind, in the spirit, they're everywhere. All we need to do is become sensitive to understand the presence of this Shakti, of this energy. So just becoming aware of your body and the changes in your body as you progressively try to apply the instructions given by me, by the instructor. Observing the change in your breath now. Maybe now you're sensitive enough to understand the change in the temperature of the inhaled and exhaled breath. Observing your spine, how it behaves and how it responds to this. Remember your guru, your masters. Staying connected to the energies within the spine. Think about your master, think about your gurus, the deities you believe in, and become aware of the upper end of your spine, which is your Agya Chakra. Remain focused on Chitta Akash, Chidakash, which is a space of your mind, the space of the higher chakras, of the Vyoma chakras. When you think about your master, you can see the light emerging from the dark screen in front of your eyes, in front of your closed eyes. See the light which represents the Gyan which is given to you by your master, by your guru. This light is the Jyoti of knowledge, unflickering, stable, bright, and warm. Now think about the sankalpa that you may be following. If you are a regular student, sadhaka, then you have a sankalp or resolution, a short affirmation that is connected to the purpose of your life. Think about that affirmation, that resolution, and repeat it a few times in your mind, reminding yourself of your purpose, of your goals. And with complete surrender, take a long breath in, chant Om with me, along with Shanti Mantra. Om Sehna Vavatu Sehna Bhunaktu सहवीर्यं करवावहै तेजस्विनावधीतमस्तु मा विद्विषावहै ॐ शान्ति शान्ति शान्तिः हरिः ॐ. Gently you can rub your palms. Simply place your palms on your eyes and try to see the darkness in front of your eyes, absolute darkness, and stay here in this position for a minute. Observe the darkness. When the night is lit up, it's full moon, it's Purnamasi, everything is lit up, but here we are trying to focus on the darkness and the energy that comes through this darkness into the physical eyes and the third eye. And now connect to the Bindu Chakra, which is the point, which is a point of energy, which is lying at the curve of your head. A point of energy that lies on the curve of your head, where the Brahmins keep a tuft, a bundle of hair. Without opening your eyes, gently bring your palms down and focus on the darkness that is accumulated in the form of a point, Bindu, at the curve of your head. All the darkness that you could see and experience is now accumulated as a single point at the curve of your head in the form of Bindu Visarg, an important chakra, an important energy point more than chakra, which is the source of all the matrikas, all the prominent vibrations that we are made up of, that this body, this physical structure is created by. While you're focused on the Bindu and knowing that this is the source of all the Nad that we are born with and born from, try to focus on the subtle sounds that surround you. You're focused on the Bindu. Simultaneously, you're trying to focus on the sounds that surround you. The easiest sounds that your ears can capture, very easy sounds, very audible sounds. And the active ear, which is your right ear, is trying to capture the most audible sound that you're surrounded with. Now switch your attention to the sounds that are coming from the background, the sounds coming from little distance, the sounds that are second in line from the most audible sounds. You go to the sounds that are coming from a distance. And again, the right ear is actively capturing the sounds, not maybe more than 2, 3, 4 sounds, depending upon your capacity. And then see the movement of the sound in and out of your ear, depending upon how attentive you are to these sounds and what is a span of attention when you're trying to focus on the sounds. What is your span of attention? Depending on that, the sounds enter and exit your ear. And then the sounds that are coming from far away distance, very faint sounds, the sounds that can easily be ignored by you because they have faint vibrations, frequency, difficult to hear, difficult to comprehend. And now switch from these sounds, the audible, most audible sound, to the least audible sounds. Switch your attention completely. And move your attention inward towards your breath once again. Towards your breath once again. Within your breath is the frequency of your personal sound. Within your breath is the frequency of your personal identification, personal reality, personal sound. The sound that defines you, the sound that personifies you from Atman to this human body and the human character. Can you hear the sound, very personal to you, through your breath? And now visualize yourself as an observer, as a seer. Come out of your body, observe yourself. You're seated right in the middle of your skull. You are in the cave of your mind. The entire skull is a cave, and there's a small opening on the forehead. And through that small opening, you can enter the cave of your mind. And you see yourself seated in the center of the cave. The cave is all dark, seems empty. And there's an echo. The sound of nothingness is resounding here within the cave of your mind. A certain echo in this sound is very intriguing. You cannot hear anything. There is no sound, but you can hear the echo. And this echo seems familiar, but you cannot exactly make out what the sound is all about. Is there one sound or multiple sounds? Is there sound or is there absence of sound? This is becoming interesting now. So go and merge into this body which belongs to you. Go and enter the body that you were observing just some time back. Observe now. Observe the dark screen in front of your eyes. You can still focus, hear a little bit of this sound which is silent, which is shunya, which is nothing. Maybe the sound is coming from beyond. And as you observe the dark screen, you understand that there's just darkness around you, nothing else. From the dark screen in front of your eyes emerges a beautiful silver light. A beautiful silver light. A tiny, small, tiny dot emerges from the dark background or the dark screen, and you observe it as something which is trying to reveal a secret, something which is trying to explain you something about the universe, something about yourself. So you are gazing at this tiny dot with full attention. Allow this light to come closer and reveal itself completely. You can see that this light has transformed into a beautiful full moon, the moon that is ruling your space right now in its full strength. And you can see that everything has lit up. You were seated in the center of your skull, the cave of your mind, and you were surrounded with darkness, with emptiness and nothingness, and you couldn't see anything. And now suddenly, this small dot of light becomes bigger and reveals itself completely and becomes a full moon. And it's a gigantic moon. It's not just an ordinary full moon. It is so huge. It has almost taken the space of the screen that you were gazing at a few seconds back. And now it has occupied your whole vision. All you can see is the silver and the white light. And the light is so bright, it may take you a few seconds to adjust to the brightness. And while we're trying to adjust to the brightness of this full moon, let's do a little bit of humming to connect to the frequencies of the full moon. So take a long breath in with me. Take a pause here and try to acknowledge the vibrations, the movement of prana in the bindu. For sure, you'll feel some changes, some impact, some movement of prana in your bindu visarg, the point at the curve of the head. And for sure, you'll understand some vibration, some vibrational changes on the crown, Sahasrahar chakra. Some changes in the Agya chakra as well. Feel the impact on all three chakras, all 3 points of energy. Bindu Visarga is not a chakra, but it's a point of energy. but just to make it easy, we'll call it a chakra. So all 3 points, all 3 chakras, Bindu, Sahasrahar, and Agnya Chakra, all 3 forming a triangle. Now you have to outline, join the 3 dots, and try to establish a communication between the 3 points through the vibrations that you have generated with your humming, with your Brahmari. So now, once again, we'll start doing the Brahmari, the humming. With the humming, you have to imagine that there are 3 dots. You can imagine the dots as black, white, whatever comes to you naturally. And the 3 dots are in the form of a triangle, in the shape of a triangle. And what you have to do is join the 3 dots. While humming, you're trying to join the 3 dots and see at every junction, there is some movement, there's some transformation happening. So let's begin once again. Continue outlining the triangle. Has to be done mentally, not physically. You can stop now. Choose any comfortable meditation posture now in your mind. This is happening in the mind. And you choose one spot. Out of the 3 dots, you choose 1 dot as your seat, as your space, where you'll be seated in a comfortable meditation posture. You can choose Bindu, you can choose Sahasrahar or Agnya Chakra. Whatever attracts you the most, whatever calls you, your energies the most, you can go and settle there. And now you know that the 3 points are already communicating. The 3 points are already creating something, combining the vibrations, combining the frequencies, and creating something new, something unique, something just for you, something just for your evolution, just for your good. And once you are settled at the chosen point, you think about your sankalp, your resolution once again. And then ask yourself, how much is the distance between me and my higher self? What is the distance between my sankalpa and my manifested sankalpa? How much is the gap? And intuitively you will come to know that maybe you will see it as some distance between you and your manifested sankalpa. Maybe you will see it as a number like 2 kilometers, 3 kilometers, 4 kilometers, 5 kilometers, whatever comes to you naturally. Or maybe you will see that you are here and your manifested self is somewhere else, in some other planet, constellation, wherever. Or maybe some other galaxy. How far are you from your manifested sankalpa? And once you have an answer, become the center of your universe wherever you are right now. Don't change your position. Just imagine that wherever you are is the center of the universe. This is the very center of the entire universe. The universe you reside in, center of your universe. And now you become the Bindu of this universe. Even if you're seated at Agnya, Sahasrahar, doesn't matter. Wherever you are the Bindu. Bindu means the center, the point. You are the center. And everything else revolves around you. And from here, think about the Shunya Bhav, the Bhav of Shiva consciousness. The Shunya Bhav is the Bhav or emotion of nothingness. Become nothing. Being the center or the Bindu, you are nothing. You are Shunya. And once you become the Shunya, now look at the entire space that surrounds you. Now look at the universe that belongs to you, that you belong to. Now see the distance between you and your manifested self. Has it reduced? Have you come closer, a little bit closer to your manifested resolution, sankalp? Are you closer to your goal? Or you're closer to accomplishing your goals or your sankalp? And now, as you are Shunya, as you have become nothing, as you have become the Shiva consciousness itself, you start expanding. Bindu is concentrated. You have become Shiva consciousness and you start expanding. So now expand. Expand as much as you can. And then you will start shrinking back into the Bindu again. So it'll take you maybe 1 second to come back to becoming a Bindu. It's not a process. It's just the awareness of expanding and contracting. So it is not something that will take time to come back to the center. You are expanded. You are everywhere. You are everywhere. You are all pervading. And then you become the center. You become the Bindu. You become nothing. From Shunya, you become everything. You expand. Because you are Shunya, you can expand. And because you can expand, you become Shunya once again. Once again, you expand. And as a result of this expansion, you can quickly become the Bindu again. This will happen a couple of times, almost like the breath of the universe, where your lungs expand when you breathe in and your lungs shrink when you breathe out. You expand and shrink. You breathe in, you breathe out. You breathe in, you breathe out. You expand, you contract. You expand, you contract. You become your manifested self and you become your unmanifested self. You manifest and you unmanifest. Manifest, unmanifest. Manifest, unmanifest. Now, there's a point where you will experience Kevali. Kevali is the experience of Shunyata in terms of breath, where everything comes to a standstill, not just your breath, but just to understand it easily. It's the breath that stops moving. Kevali is not just breath that pauses, it's everything. The whole universe pauses. And you are right now experiencing Kevali, where you stop expanding and contracting. You're somewhere in between of this expansion and contraction. You are in Sushumna awareness. You are experiencing Kevali, a state between manifest and unmanifest. And in this state, you are able to absorb the vibrations of the full moon, the light that surrounds you, the light that the moon is emanating today, tonight. And the moon was waiting for you to enter Kevali. And the moon was eager to bless you and shower you with its silver white rays. It was just waiting for you to enter Shunya, enter Sushumna, enter nothingness. Experience the pause. And in this pause, all the changes are done. All the layers are removed from your consciousness. All the content of your chitta is surfaced up, and all that is not needed is dissolved. All that is not needed, the patterns, the behaviors, the trends that are going on for lifetimes after lifetimes, all those trends are dissolved today. Your chitta has opened up. It is an open book now for the full moon to read, to filter, to nullify what is not needed. All that is not adding to your evolution, adding to your wisdom, is dissolved. And you are open to it because you are in the mode of surrender. Because you are in the sanidhya of your master. All of this is possible because of your Guru. We don't have the knowledge, the understanding of such high level secrets, such high practices. It's just the master that leads the path, that leads us all. The master within you, the master in the form, any form. The master could be in the form of a statue, form of a book, scripture, could be in the form of a friend, parent, father, mother, sibling, and the master in the form of a master. A master in the form of a master. If you are fortunate, you have a master in the form of a master. Acknowledge the role of your master and allow the nullification, the dissolution of these patterns, these layers that cover your consciousness, cover your buddhi, your vivek, your intellect. And feel that your whole body is dissolving now. Dissolving. You in the form of Bindu is dissolving. You in the form of this form, the physical form, is dissolving. And there are particles that are emanating from this process of dissolution. There are particles, many, many particles, and infinite particles that are getting released as the body dissolves, as your I-ness and your ego and your self-ego, the self-identification dissolves. and you reach some level of samadhi, and we don't know which level. We're not interested, but something is dissolving and everything is dissolving, and allow that to happen. And we have the confidence to do this because of the presence. Dissolve. Dissolve now. The rays of the full moon with a mix of hot and cold vibrations dissolving your body, dissolving the antahakaran, chitta, manas, buddhi, ahankar, dissolving all that has created a distance between you and your higher self, you and your ultimate goal. And with this, we chant the mantra Soham, universal in nature, very powerful. And you do this japa in your mind. Soham, 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 Hamso, Hamso, Hamso. And maybe the pulsation that is present inside of you as you dissolve away, something is constantly there. That's the pulsation, that is the vibration, that is the frequency of the God frequency within you. And that is pulsating. Something is contracting and expanding within you constantly. And with that frequency, with that action of contracting and expanding, the mantra Soham is aligned. So hum, so hum, so hum. So a faint sound of so hum, so hum, so hum, so hum, so hum. Whole existence is vibrating. With this, come back to your physical body now. Slowly, slowly come back to your breath. Come back to the room. Come back to the surroundings and the sounds that are audible easily. Come back. And now, with immense gratitude towards the whole process and towards our masters, gurus, you can join your hands gently, very gently. Rub your palms, palm your eyes. Thank your deities, gurus, masters you invoked. Hari Om Tat Sat. Requesting Gurudev to take over. Pranam Gurudev.
Pranam. So it was so delighting, and we dissolved somewhere inside in several times in Sushumna and the infinite sky. So it's great to practice today this dharana. Today, I want to tell you a story. I'd like to tell this story in Hindi first. As I can see, many of people are Hindi, they Hindi listeners. और एक कथा सुनाने का मन कर रहा है आज के दिन। पितस्ता नदी है जिसमें घुटने तक का पानी है। एक बड़ा कमजोर सा योगी, एकदम बिल्कुल दुबला पतला कमजोर सा योगी, किसी तरह से वितस्ता नदी को पार कर रहा है। बड़ी मुश्किल से, जहां घुटना जवाब दे रहा था, हल्की घुटने तक की पानी भी ऐसा लग रहा था कि उस योगी को डुबो देगी। और अचानक उस योगी का पैर एक नदी के किसी पत्थर से टकराता है और वो योगी पानी में गिर जाता है। वहां गहरी मूर्छा आते आते रह गई। वह योगी सजग हुआ, उसे लगा कि अब वो डूब ही जाएगा। धीरे धीरे घिसटते हुए वो किसी तरह से पतली छोटी वितस्ता नदी को पार करता है। बहुत जोर से ताकत लगाकर अपनी आंखें खोलता है तो वहां एक पीपल का वृक्ष, जिसके पीछे इस बैसाख की पूर्णिमा अपनी आभा लिए होती है। इस योगी को याद आता है अपनी मां का, महामाया। इस योगी के फिजिकल मदर का नाम महामाया था। और किसी समय इसकी मां बैसाख पूर्णिमा जो आज है उसका व्रत किया करती थी। इसी किसी दिन ऐसी कथा है कि उसके मां की कोख में तेज प्रकाश पड़ा, बिजली फटी, मानो तेज प्रकाश सा समा गया हो, और पुत्र के लिए व्रत करती हुई महामाया गर्भवती हो गई। ये वही दिन था। वो योगी लड़खड़ाता हुआ, परिश्रम करता हुआ किसी तरह से पीपल के पेड़ के पास पहुंचता है। उसमें हिम्मत नहीं था। वो पुराने समय को याद करता है। हाँ, यही तो वो दिन था जब मैंने इस फिजिकल बॉडी ने जन्म लिया था। हाँ, यही वो दिन था, बैसाख का पूर्णिमा ही था जब मैंने जन्म लिया था। यह सोचता हुआ योगी किसी तरह से पेड़ पर अपना भार देकर बैठ गया। उसके शरीर में जान नहीं था और फिर से वो मूर्छित हो गया। वहां दूर जंगली कस्बे में कोई किशोरी सी लड़की, न जाने कौन सा व्रत इसी बैसाख पूर्णिमा में की थी, न जाने बैसाख पूर्णिमा में कौन सा अनुष्ठान, कौन सा संकल्प, क्या मांगी थी भगवान विष्णु से। उसके हाथ में खीर था। उसका नाम सुजाता था। उसने उस खीर को उस योगी को दिया। जंगली लोग इस तरह के व्रत करते थे जिसमें वहां जंगल में आए हुए योगियों को खीर खिला करके ही व्रत को खोलते थे, वरना व्रत नहीं खोलते थे। और इससे अच्छा योगी हो भी कौन सकता था। और वो योगी सुजाता का खीर खा लिया। खीर खाते ही जैसे मानो अन्न का नशा। कितने दिन हो गए थे अन्न नहीं खाया था, महीनों हो गए थे। महीनों से वो योगी ने अन्न नहीं लिया था। वो अन्न मानो अमृत सा उसके शरीर में उतरता रहा। योगी उस बैसाख की पूर्णिमा को देखता रहा, चाहे उसकी माता का गर्भ में होना, यही वैसाख पूर्णिमा जिसमें उसका जन्म होना, और आज का वैसाख पूर्णिमा ऐसा लगता है जैसे कि उस योगी की मृत्यु की कहानी हो। पर ये क्या, कुछ अद्भुत हुआ, कुछ गजब हुआ, सरप्राइज। वो योगी की रीढ़ सीधी होती रही, उसकी उसको अंदर से अनुभूति होने लगी, एक विशिष्ट ताकत, न जाने जैसे चारों दिशा उसके सभी आवेग को दिशा दे रहा हो। वो व्यक्ति पद्मासन में बैठ गया और ध्यानस्थ हो गया। वो दिन है जब वो योगी सिद्धार्थ से गौतम बुद्ध हो गया। वो योगी निर्वाण को प्राप्त हो गया। अद्भुत दिन है ये वैसाख पूर्णिमा। बुद्ध का जन्म भी आज, निर्वाण भी आज, और यही नहीं, कुशीनगर में मृत्यु भी आज ही हुआ। 80 वर्ष का था गौतम बुद्ध जब कुशीनगर में उसकी मृत्यु हुई, और वो भी वैसाख पूर्णिमा। कैसे मनाओगे इस पूर्णिमा को? बुद्ध के जन्म के लिए या बुद्ध की मृत्यु के लिए? उसके ज्ञान के लिए या उसके निर्वाण के लिए? श्रीलंका में आज के दिन दिवाली की तरह मनाई जाती है। जो लोग श्रीलंका से जुड़े होंगे वो जानते हैं आज का दिन कैसे मनाया जाता है। कुछ चमत्कार है, आज का दिन कुछ स्पेशल है। कहते हैं कि चंद्रमा से कोई विशेष रोशनी, कोई विशेष आभा, कोई किरण प्रवाहित होती है। लेट मी ट्राई टू स्पीक इन इंग्लिश. Some of my listeners want to listen in English. I was telling the story of Lord Buddha, that today, not only the Buddha's Nirvana day, but today is the birthday of Buddha, the death day of Buddha. Even when her mother get pregnant, this is the day. So this is very auspicious, special day. And in Hinduism also, the 9th incarnation of Lord Vishnu. And also, there is a concept of story of Dharmaraj or Yamraj associated with this day, Vasak Purnima. Normally, this is the day when Lord Vishnu is very, very happy and give blessings and powers, supply powers to human being. So this auspicious day, many people used to give donations. दान देते आज खूब दान देते. They give lot of donations. Today is the day of donations, and especially we give water to thirsty people, food to hungry people. So this is the day for the donate to this type of dan. And what I want to talk today is a little deeper than this. Maybe nature selected this day for the Nirvana day of Lord Buddha, but also today is little auspicious in something. The moon is quite special. This moon gives a deep realization. This moon gives you solutions. So just for some time, go and sit in open sky and do त्राटक with the moon. आज थोड़ा सा मून पे त्राटक जरूर करना. Feel the moon. Today is something special. Today is not the same day. Today is really the special. You will feel something is there with the light of moon. And if you have some problem today, you just talk to moon. Try to do conversation with the moon. आज चंद्रमा का दिन है. आज कोशिश कीजिए मून से संवाद करने का. अद्भुत दिन है मून से संवाद करने का। यूं तो 12 पूर्णिमा या हर महीने पूर्णिमा होता है, लेकिन बैसाख पूर्णिमा कुछ अजीब से ज्ञान को लिए होता है। चंद्रमा, आज मैं चंद्रमा पे बहुत कुछ कहना चाहता था, समय का अभाव है। मैं चंद्र और सूर्य के विषय में आज आप लोग के साथ बहुत सारी बातें करना चाहता था, पर मैं दो चार बातें करके जाऊंगा। When we are discussing on the Swara Yoga, the two basic pole is sun and the moon. I know many of you are sending me the chart. I'm really very thankful for those who are sending me chart every day. That the interest you took in preparing the chart for your left nostril and right nostril is really interesting, and you showed me I should continue these classes. Because अगर केवल कौतूहल है तो मैं स्वर योग नहीं पढ़ाता। स्वर योग कौतूहल का विषय नहीं है, स्वर योग अभ्यास है, स्वर योग जीवन की समझ है। आप चंद्र को समझते हैं, सूर्य को समझते हैं। आज मैं चंद्रमा को दूसरे अर्थों में समझाने चाह रहा हूं। चंद्रमा केवल शीतलता नहीं है, चंद्रमा केवल अनुभव नहीं है, केवल समझ नहीं है। चंद्रमा कोई फेमिनिन फोर्स केवल नहीं है। चंद्रमा, the moon is not only the coolness, the moon is not only the female power, the moon is not only the understanding, the moon is not only the consciousness, the conscious understanding. The moon is not only referred to the art, but moon has so many other things. Today we are going to just a little glimpse on it. Where sun is the power, where the sun is the strength, the masculine power, the physical power, where the sun is the jnana, the moksha, where the sun is the logic, where the sun is the aura, where the sun is the prana. The moon is in different pole. That's why I given you to make a chart with your lunar and solar cycle. जब आप दाएं से सांस लेते हैं, बाएं से सांस लेते हैं, अपने जीवन के इन दो ध्रुवों को समझते हैं। आपका पूरा जीवन इसी दो ध्रुव के बीच में है, इसी दो पोल के बीच में। Your whole life is lying between these two poles. पहला 2-3 साल तो मैं स्वर योगियों को जो अध्ययन करना चाहते हैं केवल ये सिखाते हैं कि जानो कब दाया लेते हो, कब बायां लेते हो, क्या होता है दाया में, क्या होता है बाएं में, फील क्या करते हो, व्हाट यू फील। इफ राइट nostril is active, what you feel exactly, what happens to your energy when you inhale from the right side or exhale from the right side, or your swara or your dominant nostril is right, what happens? Look, Surya or Chandra is not only the planets in the sky. It just, sun is not only the star, and moon is not only the planet. There's many, many, many things more than that. In ourself also, the lunar and solar energy is working in the same way as sun and moon in the sky. We need to understand what exactly the meaning of this moon and sun. You have heard about in our kingdoms, चंद्रवंशी, सूर्यवंशी। क्यों सूर्यवंशी सूर्यवंशी है? क्यों चंद्रवंशी चंद्रवंशी है? कभी सोचा? क्यों कृष्ण चंद्रवंशी हो गए और राम सूर्यवंशी हो गए? क्या राम सूर्य की तरह थे और कृष्ण चंद्रमा की तरह? हो सकता है कि राम का आदर्श, राम की मर्यादा, राम का नियमों में विश्वास, क्योंकि सूर्य नियमित है, और हो सकता है चंद्रमा मुस्कुराता सा कृष्ण जो क्षण क्षण बदलता हो, जो भीतर शीतलता देता हो, जो अंधकार में भी प्रकाश देता हो, वो कृष्ण जो मुश्किलों में सफल होने का रास्ता बताता हो, या वो राम जो संघर्ष करके अपना मर्यादा को बचाता हो। हमारे भीतर सूर्य और चंद्र है, हमारे भीतर राम और कृष्ण है। We need to find out that the Lord Rama as a Surya and Lord Krishna as a Chandrama is inside us. We need to understand what exactly the moon is inside us, what exactly the sun is inside us. When you can do conversation with the moon, your lunar energy is do conversation with the moon, never the solar energy. चंद्रमा के बारे में भावना भी करोगे, सोचोगे भी ना, तो ईड़ा स्वर चलने लगेगा। सूर्य के बारे में कल्पना भी करोगे तो पिंगला चलने लगेगा। There is connection. पर आज का दिन है ध्यान का, आज का दिन है निर्वाण का, और समय भी कम है, तो आज आपकी बहुत सारे प्रश्न हैं पर मैं ले न सकूंगा। मैं संडे को, रविवार के दिन का शुरुआत में आपके प्रश्नों से करूंगा। आपके बहुत सारे प्रश्न मेरे पास आए हैं और मैं ईड़ा पिंगला और स्वर योग की गहरी तालीम आगे कंटिन्यू रखूंगा। आज इतना ही। आज आप लोग बुद्ध पूर्णिमा को एंजॉय करें। आज आप लोग जरूर चंद्रमा के साथ बैठें, चंद्र देवता को प्रणाम करें, उससे कन्वर्सेशन करें। आज इतना ही। प्रणाम। आप सभी लोग को प्रणाम।
नमस्ते गुरुजी।
धन्यवाद गुरुजी।
प्रणाम गुरुदेव।
प्रणाम।
Pranam Gurudev. Thank you and bless you.
प्रणाम गुरुदेव।
प्रणाम। थैंक यू।
प्रणाम गुरुदेव।
Minal ma'am, we thank you very much.
Yeah. Yes, Minal ji, thank you very much. Really, really bless Gurudev and you. This was the first I ever experienced. I never heard anything like it. And this Suryavanshi, Chandravanshi, I always wonder, but I did not know. So I'm so grateful. Really, my eyes are tearing up. And I joined Minal ji once. I think it was a mass, and that was a very good meditation. It should be every time. I'm in other side of the world, haven't been in that country for 50 years. But who knows? Guruji do something, then I can come over there and spend some time with both of you. I really appreciate. Thank you.
प्रणाम।
Thank you so much. Thank you.
प्रणाम गुरुदेव।
प्रणाम।
Namaste.